Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to the Ask the Expert show on W4CY Radio and Talk4 TV, where we bring you educational information from top local experts in the fields of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. Now sit back and listen to experts in family law, association law, hearing loss, business brokers, home care, along with many other topics. Now here are your hosts, Steve-O and Sophia.
Good afternoon, New Jersey. Welcome to another Ask the Expert show, where for the last 16 years we have brought you the finest experts in legal, health, financial, and home improvement. For about the last year and a half, we have received your letters asking us, why don't we have a show on personal injury law, auto accident injuries, slip and falls, dog bites, motorcycle accidents? Well, we just didn't have an opening. As soon as we got an opening, I made sure that the opening would include a personal injury show. We were able to find one of the top law firms in not only New Jersey, but New York also, the Licatesi Law Group. And we have got a special guest with us today, attorney Jessica Glass. Good afternoon, Jessica.
Good afternoon. How are you doing? Thank you for having me.
We're so glad to have you. This is going to be a breeze, I promise you. Don't think about all the thousands of people who are watching and listening. Don't even think about them. Tell people about your background and what you do at the firm.
So I have been an attorney for 34 years. I know I look a little younger than that, but I've been an attorney for 34 years. I am admitted in both New Jersey and New York. I started as an assistant district attorney in Manhattan, and I've been practicing personal injury for probably over 25 years. I love it. I like working with my clients. I like working on the plaintiff side. I like representing people who need to be someone for their advocacy and also hold their hand, because any type of accident is traumatic to that person. Like you and I might think, oh, they got into a car accident, but it is a big deal to everybody who gets into an accident. And they need guidance.
People think personal injury attorney is just auto accidents, but there are so many other injury areas you cover. Tell people about those.
So there's motor vehicle accidents, there's slip and fall in somebody's house or out in a Dunkin' Donuts, on a sidewalk. If they're riding their bicycle, they can fall on a street that might have a crack in it or a pothole. They could get bit by somebody's dog. New Jersey has a strict liability law that says if you get bit by somebody's dog, the owner is liable for having them bite you. So then you can recover your injuries or damages. There are construction personal injuries. If you are a construction worker and you get hurt, there's not only workers' comp, but you can get recovery through something that might have been a defect in somebody's house and you're doing construction on their house. There are scooter e-bikes in New Jersey. They have to go below 22 miles an hour. There is a tremendous amount of different type of personal injury, not just motor vehicles. So if you get into an accident or you get hurt, you should call an attorney, because you never know. You might have there's medical malpractice as well, which falls under the personal injury umbrella. Personal injury, motor vehicle, slip and falls, those are 2 years to bring a suit in New Jersey, but medical malpractice is 2.5 years, or when you discover the injury, the medical malpractice injury in New Jersey. So there's a whole host of not just motor vehicle accidents considered personal injury, but a wide range. If you're bullied at school, if your child is neglected at school, maybe the teachers weren't watching properly and somebody got injured, that is a personal injury, falls under the personal injury umbrella as well. So you're right. People think of it as a motor vehicle accident, maybe a slip and fall, but it's a bigger umbrella than that.
How about wrongful death?
Wrongful death is a personal injury, falls under personal injury umbrella. In New Jersey, to bring a wrongful death claim, the person bringing the lawsuit had to be financially dependent on the person that passed away or was not in the medical malpractice realm as much, but if there is a wrongful death, you have to show that you were financially dependent, or the children, or a relative, or that, but you need some type of financial connection to the person that died, which is not in every state.
So for New Jersey, how long do people have to file a personal injury claim?
In New Jersey, you have 2 years from the date of incident. So say you got hurt today, April 15th, 2026. The statute of limitations, which means how long you have to file a claim, is 2 years. So it would be April 15th, 2028. However, there's a lot more that goes into it. If you have injuries and you did not see a doctor or did not treat, it might work against you. Just because you file a claim does not mean that you will be successful in getting a settlement on that claim unless you show that you've had injury or damages. So just filing a claim, if you filed it 1 year and 8 months later, does not mean that you will be successful. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yes. We got a lot of questions for the New Jersey show. People saying, I was in an automobile accident, but the other party doesn't have insurance. Are you out of luck if that happens?
Not necessarily. It's very important for people to understand their automobile insurance. Not everybody does. So if you have your automobile insurance, there's different parts to your insurance. If you get into an accident, you should look at one of the things you should look at is your declaration page. The declaration page of your auto insurance will tell you what you have purchased. People have bodily injury, which means that if you caused the accident, what the person that you injured may recover from you. There is something called PIP, Personal Injury Protection. In New Jersey, there's different amounts you can purchase. Unlike different states, you can get $15,000 in PIP, $50,000 to $50,000. That is how much, if you get into an accident, that amount will cover your medical bills while you're treating. And there's something called underinsured motor vehicle or underinsured. If the party that injured you does not have insurance, you can go and use your own insurance because underinsured, the person that hit you doesn't have insurance. So if you purchased underinsured medical or underinsured motorist, you can ask your own insurance company to supply your damages, pay for your medical, and then you can recover that way as well. But not everybody has that. Not everybody understands. Not everybody purchases underinsured medical. So now if your listeners go home and they pull up their insurance policy, they'll say, wait, do I have that? Do I have PIP? It's called a personal injury protection. Do I have UIM or UM, underinsured motorist? Those are very important to have. But, it has to go with your finances. But I really recommend that everybody gets a little bit of everything, because it will protect you in the long run.
Jessica, how many times have you seen a party who was in an auto accident that said, "Hey, I'm not hurt, I'm okay," but 2 or 3 days later, back pain starts up, neck pain, because you didn't think you were hurt, but that's not how pain works.
That is so common and so natural. When you get into an accident, you are running on adrenaline. You are pumping. What just happened to me? Is my car okay? Is my kid okay? And what is going on? Do I call the police? I think I'm okay. But a couple of days later, when you start to calm down, you're going to have aches, pains everywhere. It's okay. Go to the doctor then. You should make sure that you are okay. You never know. There is no wrong going to a doctor, going to the hospital to get yourself checked out. So I want to say, when you first go to a hospital right after an accident, their job is to make sure that you don't have a brain bleed, you're not dying, you don't have any major injuries or broken bones. They're going to then send you home. Doesn't mean you don't have an injury. They just hospitals are very busy. They're going to put you in, make sure you're not seriously injured, maybe dying. And then if you're not, they're going to send you home. It doesn't dismiss the fact that you might have other injuries. If that is the case and you're still hurting, go to your doctor. Go to urgent care. Call an attorney. Say, I'm in pain still. And we will set you up with the best doctors. And doctors that we work with, doctors that we've known forever, doctors that we trust, will send you to the best medical care. And doctors that we know at the end of the case will help us with the medical bills, will help us write what's called narratives. They're basically summaries to help juries or judges with your case to tell exactly what is wrong with you in case it is disputed. But don't ignore those pains. They're not going to happen right away. If you don't break a leg right away, thank God, but they're going to come because you're going to calm down, and that's when it happens. I like to say, when you go to the gym and you work out, you're not in pain right away. 2 days later is when you can't sit down. And that's exactly the same analogy.
Exactly. There's a lot of people who've never been in an automobile wreck before, and they don't know what they're supposed to do. So once you get out of the car, what's the first thing you do?
Well, first, make sure before you get out of the car that it's safe to get out of the car and that you're okay, like enough to make sure it's safe where you are. I would call the police, call an ambulance if you have to. I would take pictures. If there's witnesses, maybe get the phone numbers of the witnesses, take pictures of the car, take pictures of the surrounding area, so that when the police come, they can also get the name of the witnesses. If you call an attorney, the attorney will know where you're located. There might be cameras that the attorney might want to get video of, because some of the streets have cameras that they can make a request to get. I would then you can contact your insurance company, but do not make any recorded statements to them because you're not thinking clearly. And you want your attorney to do the speaking for you because this is something new to you. And not that you'll do anything wrong, but you just want to make sure that the information you're giving is not that it's wrong. You just want your lawyer to represent you. And sometimes insurance companies will call you and try to settle with you. You don't want to do any settlements because they're going to say, hey, why don't I give you $1,500? when your case could be worth $300,000. So what my
Right.
advice is to my clients, don't post on social media at all. No Facebook, no Instagram. Don't talk to anybody. Like, your lawyer will send a letter of representation and they can talk to you for you, because they're going to be your mouthpiece and they're going to do the best job possible to make sure that everything is done correctly. And I also I know it sounds like TV, but sometimes defendants insurance companies send people to like watch you. So I say, okay, what do you do for a living?
Wow.
And so they'll be, well, I work in a warehouse and I pick up heavy boxes. Okay, so maybe you can ask to get another position at the time, because if you hurt your back and a defense assurance adjuster is taking pictures of you lifting a heavy box, that's not good for your case. So just be wary of people could be watching you. Don't discuss your case with anybody. And I always say you can call me anytime, because if you have questions or you're concerned or worried, that's what we're here for. So those are things that I would look out for.
And people don't know, you work on a contingency basis.
Correct.
So when they meet with you, they don't have to write you a check. You work on basically a percentage of what you get your client. So the more you get, the more you get.
And if we don't win, we don't.
You get nothing.
No, correct. We get nothing. So but we are doing it for them. We want them to get.
Yes.
Their job is to treat. If you get into a car accident or a slip and fall, anything that we mentioned, if you hire your attorney, their number one job is to treat. Go to all their appointments. If they can't make an appointment, call us. We'll help you change it. But that's their job, to get better, to go to their appointments, because you do not want big gaps in your treatment, because the other side, defense attorney, who represents the person that hurt you, is going to say, well, how do I know if you didn't treat for 6 months that you didn't fall somewhere else? So my client's job is to go to their appointments and get better. My job is to help them get better and to be a great advocate for them and get them a great settlement.
It's so important. I want people to know you should not talk to the insurance company. They are very good at what they do.
Yes.
Their job is to give you the least amount. And like my son told me, he said, oh, Dad, I can do this myself. I'm a good negotiator, not like these people are. And I'm telling you that if you try to do this yourself, you're going to say the wrong thing. I promise you.
Yep.
You've got to have an attorney representing you before you speak to the other insurance company. Because my son found out the hard way. He thought he was a great negotiator. He said, Dad, I will admit I left so much money on the table not having a lawyer.
And once you get that check and you deposit it, it's done. It's settled. You can't go backwards. It's like me saying, I'm a mechanic and I can fix my car. I'd have my car in 20 million pieces. People go to learn their trade to be an expert. And that's why we go to the experts to help us and make sure that we are taken care of. And that's what at the Licatese Law Group, we take pride in helping our clients, making sure that they are taken care of, not only to get the best settlements, but to get the best medical treatment as well.
I want people to know, because we really did our due diligence, your firm is one of the finest personal injury firms, not just in New Jersey, but in New York also. Do you have a website, Jessica?
Yes, we do have a website. So our website is the Licatese Law Group. Let me get it up for you so I can give it to everybody. And Michael Licatese and Anthony Licatese. Anthony is the father. He started it. Michael is the son. He is phenomenal. They really put their heart and soul into this and make sure that really everyone is taken care of, the best of the best. They just want the best for their clients. They want the best doctors. They do. They just really make sure that everyone is taken care of. So it's licateselaw.com for anybody that wants the best representation in New York, Long Island, New Jersey.
Well, you've been a great stand-in from Michael today. We're going to be doing our New York show next week. I can't thank you. You did such a great job.
Thank you.
They're on with us every month. Thank you so much, Jessica.
I appreciate you having me. And thank you to all the listeners. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's going to do it for us today. We will be back again with you next week with more Ask the Experts, folks. If you get in an auto accident or slip and fall, an injury, give them a phone call. Seriously, they are really great at what they do. We will see you all next week with more Ask the Experts.
Thanks for tuning in today to the Ask the Expert show on W4CY Radio and Talk4 TV. Tune in next week and every week to hear more from our experts on personal injury, insurance, air condition repairs, estate planning, Medicare, and many other topics in the areas of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. See you next week.